Hi everybody, you're watching the rest of the story. Now today you guys can see I'm in the pickup. The reason I'm in the truck, I'm actually heading home from Lancaster. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about helping strangers. We assassinated a tree this morning, and just hold on, that might sound kind of odd, but it plays into the story. We took out the Chinese elm at my parents' place this morning. Well, anybody that knows what elm trees are like, at least those Chinese ones, they make one hell of a mess. And we've been spending all day cleaning them up. We're down next to the highway. I mean, there's cars going by all day, and you start to get kind of, callous, or you don't really notice the cars going by. Well, we looked up and there was a truck that was kind of pulling slow past us as we were working, albeit, our driveway was beyond us. Well, we looked up and there's that truck, pulled into our driveway and just sat there. That's pretty common. How farms work gets a lot of fans that pull into our driveway and like to take a picture of the sign. We ignored it. Sat there for a few minutes. Well, maybe they're on their phone. A couple minutes later, I look up and there's this lady walking up to us. And I asked her if she's okay. And she said that her truck died. Okay. I'll let you guys know right now, I'm not an autos person. Not in the least. My pickup and went back when I had a car. I seldomly opened the hood up. I checked the oil and made sure all the fluids were full and made sure the blinker fluid was always to the top, because I like making sure everybody can know where I'm turning, especially out in the farm, right guys? Well, you can tell she was flustered. I asked her, it's just like, well, if you need help, and she said, well, she doesn't know why her truck won't work. She just put fuel in it, and there's no reason. It was a pretty new truck too. I mean, it was a little Ford Ranger, and I'm not saying anything negative about Fords, guys. But we opened the hood up, and really couldn't see anything leaking, wasn't blowing any smoke, really couldn't smell nothing. So I had her start it, and just like she said, that it would start up and crank, and the engine would fire, it would run, but you'd get how you always do. You start the engine, it fires, but then it would just kill right off. Well, that's odd. And remember, this guy doesn't know much about cars. I'm a tractor guy. Well, I asked her, it's like, well, let me try it. So I did, and when I hit it, I mashed on the accelerator and made sure that it was getting gas, fuel. Well, and surprisingly, it accelerated for me. It took off. So I sat and I had to keep working the foot feet, the gas pedal, to keep it running. It's like, well, how? I did that for probably 30 seconds, and I took my foot off the pedal and I let it back off to idling, and it would idle for about 5 seconds. And then it went right back to what it was doing. Luckily for her, for us, for everybody involved, she works with the dealership up in Lancaster. So I told her, it's like, I'll call them up, and this lady, and I wouldn't be surprised if you're watching this, so I respect your privacy. I wasn't about to film her or nothing, but she does watch YouTube. I was surprised that she said that, so maybe you're gonna see my little video about you. But what I ended up doing, since she lives pretty modestly, she didn't have a cell phone. I mean, this day and age, what person does not carry a cell phone on them, right? But she has no landline, no cell phone, not because she can't afford it, not because she doesn't want it, it's because she felt she didn't need it. Everyone's got their own opinions. The only thing I recommended to her, and I wasn't telling her how to live her life, is maybe just get a track phone, pay for 60 minutes on it, and then just leave it in your truck. Because there's places, she just got lucky, she really did, that we were out by the road, because out in the country is getting awfully lonely, guys. You don't have as many people out working outside, or these farms that are at one point always bustling full of life. You can't just pull in and find anybody anymore, because the old mom and pop places are just gone. I mean, absorbed in by these bigger operators. So no, what I end up doing, I called up the dealership for her. I let them talk to her, or talk to them, and then I talked to her about what she wants to do. She didn't have another vehicle. She lived 25 miles south of us. So my options were to either let her stand around for 4 or 5 hours, or at least until 5 o'clock, because they didn't know when the tow truck could get there, so she could get a ride back to Lancaster. I could have drove her home, but that would have stranded her without a vehicle. Or the third option, looking at the situation, I went with option B, C3, whatever. I drove her to Lancaster, to the dealership. I did not expect anything for it. I did it out of the kindness of my heart. She was obviously a woman in need, or let's just say a person in need. Doesn't matter how old you were. I mean, 20-year-old up to 80-year-old, man, lady. When a person's in need, a person's in need. Believe it or not, I'm actually a pretty kind-hearted person. There are people out there that I'm asked to, and the people that I am saying that about, you already know who you are just by that previous statement. So, long story short, because it's getting kind of lengthy and I'm almost home, I drove her up to the dealership. I made sure that she got a hold of the service manager and that they were able to get her a car so she could at least go home. She tried to pay me. Absolutely not. Just pay it forward. That's all I asked out of her. She can pay the dealership as far as I'm concerned. So, it's not... In life, guys, you don't really always need to be looking for a reward for doing something good. Just because you're doing the right thing doesn't mean you should be having your hand out at the end of the day, or at the end of that gesture, expecting a handout. It's just, I don't know. I have no problem helping people, believe it or not. You guys, I guess, are probably getting that from helping the guy in Platteville, and it's like to think that good old country life is entirely dead. There are good people out there. There are a lot of assholes out there. And yes, on my channel, I'm allowed to swear. So that's just my opinion. That's what it is. And I wasn't planning on filming anything like this today. We'll see if her car's still there when I get back. We'll keep in touch, guys. Take care. I'll catch up with you next time. Bye.